Everyone is talking about the ceasefire in Gaza that was made possible by Donald Trump, the peace summit in Egypt, where world leaders celebrated the newfound peace in the Middle East region, and the celebrations that are going on in both Gaza for surviving the brutal mass extermination and also in Israel for the release of the remaining hostages. But there is something that is still worrying many netizens, and which has now led to many questioning not only the Palestinian resistance but also the religion of Islam. Palestinian resistance was of course always questioned, but now they have come under fire even more because they only released male hostages in this latest hostage detainee swap. Yes, you heard it right. All the Red Cross vans and the clips from Israel confirm that none of the hostages that were released 2 days ago were female. Only male hostages have been handed back to Israel. But does it mean that the Palestinian resistance has refused to hand over the female hostages? Of course they can't do that, because according to the deal, all living and dead hostages were to be released in one go. Which leaves us with another question, which is, are all the female hostages executed brutally by Palestinian resistance after being tortured? These are the questions that some of the very famous accounts on Twitter are asking. Why no one can see any living female hostages, and does that mean that they are all executed by the resistance? Not only this, but a very high-profile social media account, which goes by the name Laura Loomer, posted this: "All the female hostages are dead. Where is the outrage? Savages." The message here was clear. As the resistance groups are savages, they eliminated all the female hostages before the hostage deal could ever take place, so that they would not reveal to the world what horrors the resistance put them through. Another very high-profile account, Katie Miller, a wife of Trump's deputy chief of staff, went a step further and blamed this elimination of a female hostage not only as a part of the resistance strategy, but also as the problem because Islam is a death cult, as everyone knows that the religion most followed in Gaza is Islam. She also said out loud that Trump should start a crackdown on Islam and that Islam is pure barbarism. Which means that only and only because the members of the resistance are Muslim, they eliminated all the female hostages. Up until now, everyone understood that resistance is against occupation, but by connecting Islam with resistance and manipulate netizens into thinking that resistance as well as Islam is against the whole world, which needs a severe crackdown. But does it mean that these allegations were true? Why were there no female hostages in this latest hostage swap? The answer is clear. It is because they were given priority over the male hostages and were released already in the previous hostage deals. There were no female hostages seen in any van because there were none remaining with the resistance. This is the truth that Katie Miller, as well as Laura Loomer, knew very well. They were just trying to manipulate the audience into thinking that Israel was doing a very noble job in Gaza, and it should resume its actions as soon as possible because Muslims deserve this. The truth is that the war might have been paused in the region, the Gazans might have breathed a sigh of relief, but the propaganda machine of Israel is still waging a war on the Palestinians, whose soldiers are well aware that they won't be able to make the netizens against the Palestinians, but they will surely be able to make them against Islam, and if that happens, their work won't be that difficult anymore. This would even make many justify Israel if Israel again resumes its war in Gaza and violates the ceasefire again, as it did many times before. That's all for today. If you found the video informative, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Jazakum Allahu khairan.